Good morning and welcome to the morning call. It's Monday, May 5th, 2025. Really an exciting weekend. We had the Derby kicking off. I don't know if you saw that this weekend.
Yeah. What was it? Sovereign making a run.
The Kentucky Derby, what a mess though with the rain. At least it cleared up a little bit. I can't really believe, riding there, they talk about the glasses, 6 or 7 pairs, but that poor
Yeah.
horse, did you see the horse? Just caked,
It's
that
filthy.
poor.
Oh,
So really exciting. Definitely recommend getting to Louisville during the Derby. Always an exciting weekend. It's not Saturday only. There are,
other
I
races.
think, 10 or 12 races during the Kentucky Derby day. So it's a full day of events, and this is one of the later ones. And then, of course, with the Phillies on Friday.
Hey.
So, again, a full weekend there. Also, we had the Warren Buffett weekend, the annual, what do you call it? And the last one, the news there, Warren Buffett announcing he is stepping down after, I think it's been 40 some years. And so kind of a shocking, but not necessarily unexpected announcement. And so it'll be interesting to see with their, I think, 350 billion in cash and where they're going to be looking for investments. Also, the Pope passed away, and kind of the pending expected this week announcement of the next Pope. So keep an eye on for the smoke and the announcement coming from
Yeah.
there. Well, let's get started on the news, unless there's anything else, Dave.
Well, I think two things we should probably point out too. And OPEC over the weekend also announced that it's going to accelerate output. So, you can look at hopefully lowering fuel prices.
So my summer driving, I know John has his Tesla electric vehicle. I'm not there yet. So yeah, hopefully the summer driving
A
costs
little
won't.
less expensive. Yeah. And Dow futures were slipping over the weekend over tariff concerns, really centered around that 100% announcement of 100% tariffs on foreign films coming in. We're starting to see. I just checked right before we started. We're starting to see a little recovery of that. So hopefully that's just a little bit of shock and awe over the announcement or surprise on that front. So again, hopefully that'll rectify itself this week as the week moves along.
Well,
But
after,
again,
was it 9 or 10 straight days of the stock
yeah.
market going up?
Positivity. So, that's good. I mean, we didn't lose it all. We just had a little bump in the road there. So again, keeping my fingers cautiously crossed here and hoping that things recover a little bit this week.
Well, let's jump into the headlines. And so starting out this morning, Cardinal Health active with their new GI Alliance, expanding
Yeah.
into urology, local Columbus-based company, Cardinal Health. I know the stock's hitting all-time highs.
Hi.
I didn't see that one coming. I know they've been continuing to gradually move higher, but getting into urology now after their $1 billion acquisition in the GI Alliance, I think was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I think that's about right. But again, this is a add-on to that platform. Again, kind of rounds out their footprint, and again, another great move by Cardinal at this point. So again, to your point, I think the stock market's likes it, and investors in the know seem to be very positive on it. So congratulations to Cardinal on that one.
ResMed strengthens virtual care with acquisition of diagnostic leader Virtuox. I'm not as familiar with that specific one, but as we were talking, ResMed continues to be a leader in the sleep respiratory and ultimately continues, I know, to be innovative and developing innovations and acquisitions in the space. Novartis to acquire, if I'm going to pronounce this, Regulus Therapeutics, 1.7 billion deal. So good to see some unicorn or mega deals happening.
Yeah. Again, I'm not as familiar with that one, but again, it's good to see some sizable transactions happening.
LifeMD expands virtual care portfolio with the acquisition of women's health leader Optimal Human Health
Human health.
MD. So continuing, I know, activity in the women's health market and the virtual care market. A lot of tailwinds there.
Well, we've been seeing a lot of that here. I mean, if you look back over the last several weeks, I think there's been a women's health transaction almost every week for the last month, and I think that's an interesting trend and something we ought to be keeping our eye on. Hopefully, we're not. You and I aren't too late to the party, Neil.
Women Health acquires Site Guide, strengthening ties with Abbott, Janssen,
Yeah,
Solvay, and Bristol Myers Squibb.
yeah, it's a big deal.
Amplifon acquires Safe in Sound Hearing. Shish, Tucson, expanding the Miracle Ear U.S. expansion. Sun Nuclear acquires AI-powered radiation oncology firm OncoSpace. They're partners with Philips, Research, and Varian. I know oncology and different innovations in AI continues to, I think, lead some of the targeted areas of investment and transactions. Teladoc Health acquired virtual mental health company Uplift. Definitely good to see Teladoc, and their stock's been struggling over the last year or two, as many of the tech platforms or virtual care platforms have. So good to see they're active back into the investment and growth.
Well, I think, if you look through this list, there's, we're skipping over some of these, but a lot of these are sort of telemed platforms. That women's health platform we talked about a moment ago, really a telemed play, right? This is another telemed play. I think, as that industry or that sector is maturing a little bit, we're starting to see a lot of consolidation there. So again, I think from a future standpoint, this telemed space is going to be, I think we're going to see a lot of acquisition activity in this space in the next 9 or 12 months.
Definitely agree. The consolidation, as we have conversations with many of these venture capital backed organizations that are still burning cash, not hitting their numbers, trying to figure out, do you sell or raise capital at most likely a down round? And for some, it's a tough proposition.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, U.S. Physical Therapy, MS and MSO Metro expand into the home care with acquisition Northeast Therapy Practice. We continue to still see physical therapy active in the marketplace. ENT Partners expands healthcare management capabilities, acquisition of Current Physician Solutions. Its financial sponsor, Candescent Partners and Harvey Biotech deals. This one, Summit Clinical Research, backed by Longview Capital, acquired the Houston Research Institute. Clinical research sites continues to be a hot area. We're seeing several organizations, continue to add. Here they are, over 120, one of the industry leaders. And I think Longview's been holding on this asset for a while, so they're probably going to be coming to market here soon enough for themselves.
Yeah, that'll be again. How long? I don't remember how long they've been holding on to that one, to be honest with you, Neil. But I think you're right in terms of, is this an aggregate play, and then we'll see the sale in another 12 months. I think you're on point with that. I don't remember what the time frame was on that one.
Archer Review, a Leeds equity partner, acquires Holst-In Tech to revolutionize healthcare education. Education platforms, are a hot area, seeing a lot of activity in the recent past, and expect to still continue to see education. Heading into venture and other news, Plentiful secures $50 million in a B by Danaher Mitchell's raise, and Arena Holdings to transform healthcare AI. Continue to see a lot of investment into anything AI. I think as we see down, Basel Systems securing $11 million from Golden Ventures, Hearst and Argosy. Again, AI intelligence. Blooming Health, $26 million. Insight Partners, again, AI platform. And lastly, local Columbus, Ohio Health Plan Data Solutions. Great to see that they secured additional $15 million in growth equity. Tamron Hill, Jobs Ohio, Rev One.
Good local group there.
And so that's our healthcare news for this week. Please join us at the Healthcare Capital Markets Innovation Summit at the end of the month here in Columbus, Ohio. Healthcare deal-making partnership. We're excited to announce Dr. Sharif El-Nahal, the former recent undersecretary for the VA.
Yep.
Also was executive of a large nonprofit and now part of one of the largest venture capital funds. And so excited to get his perspective as he sees that clash of really the operating of the government, the nonprofits, and now venture capital. So really excited to have him join us.
Yeah, only 3 more weeks. So
Only a few weeks out. So
don't forget to sign up.
healthcarecapitalmarkets.com. We've got a special Lawrence Evans LECO 200 to save $200 off. And so really looking forward to see you and all the healthcare innovators and investors join us in Columbus.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Thanks.